Hello everyone, I'm back. Let's start. Please do like, subscribe, and comment the usual one, I guess, that you guys have to hear again and again from influencers, I guess. But I'm no influencer, I'm just a 3D artist. Oh, okay, I'll go to side view, create some shoes maybe this time, and I'll start editing in edit mode instead of object mode so that I don't have to apply transforms later on. I'll go to transparent view and move the face up to the point where it hides the foot, and even this one I'll add a loop. I'll scale these two on x-axis, and then I'll move this edge on x-axis to the point it like so that the foot is inside this geometry, and then I'll move these two faces up to the point the foot is hidden. Then I'll move this one down again to the point so that feet is inside this geometry, something like this. I'll add a loop somewhere like this, I guess would be fine. I'll select these and push them down a bit, and I'll add a loop. Okay, before adding a loop on this side, what I'm going to do is I'll go to face mode, I'll select this face, I'll do an inset, I'll move this on y-axis, and I'll extrude it in so that it feels like the foot is inside. I'll not make it a complete shoe that her feet is totally inside a shoe, or I'll not use a solidify modifier as well because I don't think it's really required. We'll make a very low poly shoe so that we are like not using too many word tries and faces for the entire character, and it's easier to manage later on. What I'm going to do now is like I'll select these edges by double clicking, and I'll press double G to move it back. So our basic shape looks somewhat like this, even though I feel that we can move this down. GZ. I'll come to front view. And I'll add few loops. I'll select this entire loop by pressing double left mouse button LMB, and I'll turn on proportional editing and change its what do you call matlab proportional fall off from linear to sphere I guess, and scale it on x-axis. And move the entire thing somewhat like this. We are just designing the main shape right now. I'll move these. Okay, so what I did is I selected the first point, pressed Control Shift and selected the last that I want to edit. Then I'll select by just pressing Shift, I'll click on this word, and then I'll click on the last word that I want to select with Control plus Shift, and I'll move everything down a bit. Okay, so I'll change the fall off from sphere to sharp. I guess that would work. Yes. I'll move these two down as well. For these I'll be using relax with loop tools on, right? We can make them relax like so that they are better defined than what they are right now. And I can select all these and scale them down and move them down a bit. So I want to edit this edge and even this one. So I'll scale them down to something like this. And now I'll add few loops over here. Before moving further, I'll just select this one and move it. Okay, so I might have to change the fall off from sharp to sphere now. This is another way of sculpting basically in edit mode. That's it. Nothing crazy about it. And I'll select all of these and move them back in by turning off the proportional editing. I can just select the upper edges. I'll go to word selection mode and select all of these and move them down to something like this. We might have to adjust these as well. I'll try using a subdivision surface modifier to this object. I'll go to generate, and this is what our show right now looks like. I have to adjust these now. I'll GX, or I'll turn on proportional editing. GX. I'll move these GX. This looks nice enough. I might have to adjust these back in a little. So I'll select all these words and move them back in. I'll select all these and right click and do a relax on them. I'll do a shade smooth. Okay, that didn't work. Oh, it wasn't selected. So auto shade smooth. So only hard edges on this area, which we'll change. GX. हाँ उस अलमारी में रख दो ना। मैंने तो नहीं लिया। एक मैंने तो नहीं पी भाई। हाँ मैंने तो एक वही पी थी जो बाहर हमारी पड़ी हुई थी। कितनी थी टोटल? 5 ही तो थी। वो सेम जो वहां वाली थी वैसी एक और होनी चाहिए। होगी आप वहीं होगी, पर देख लो ठीक से। Sorry, someone like my father came into room. He wasn't able to find something. Okay, this looks cool now. I guess okay. Still there is some issue over here. I'll select this one and move it back a bit to a point where we don't see that artifact. And I'll select these 4, right click and turn them into a circle maybe. I'll rotate it to somewhat like this. Scale. Okay, so I need to turn off proportion editing and I'll scale it down. I'll come to side view, extrude it, scale it down again. I'll add 2 loops. The upper one I'll move it by pressing double G to a point there is like less subdivision working, so that like it's a support loop basically. And same I'll do with the bottom one, so that it turns out to be flat from bottom to something like this. The only concern right now is like this looks pretty flat, which I am not happy with. So I'll move these down like GY. Okay, I'll turn on proportional editing and GY. Now I need to work on these one. I'll select all these edges and move them on y-axis. Yes, and this edge is coming out somehow, which I will like even these two. I'll scale them down. Okay, much better shape than before. I guess it's fine to use this as her shoe. What we can do is like move this a bit back. I'll select these faces, press O, turn on proportionating actually, sorry, and move them on Y. Okay, I didn't selected all of them, so I'll select all first, all the faces, and GY, GZ, and I'll select all these faces. Right click and flatten them first, and we need to like work upon, like I'll go to bottom view first and then I'll manipulate some things. Okay, so I'll turn off proportional editing and move these edges back, and even this one, just reshaping the base. I'll move this vert backwards. Just defining the shape, nothing much. I'll select all these, move them, back a bit, and even these GY to somewhere like this. I'll add a loop. For the support, and that's it. This is our shoe, even though not that good looking, but still as a cartoon character it might not affect that much. I'll maybe move these edges in. We can use sculpt mode as well to manipulate some areas. I'll save it, go back to object mode. All okay, so I have another like add-on which is like hard ops and box cutter, which allow me to like quickly symmetrize stuff. by pressing alt X, so I have a habit of using that, even though right now uh, in Blender 5.0 it's not, I have not installed it, but let me just try and installing it so that I can show you some uh, better cool stuff I guess, and it will be easier for me to work even faster, because like going to like modifiers, generate, adding a mirror, then applying a mirror and stuff is quite a task. So let's just install an add-on, install from disk, add-ons and more, box Scritor. Okay, here it is, install from disk. Okay, so maybe I have to, like, I uninstall it first. I have to like install hard ops first and then this one, but I am not seeing like an uninstall button. Why? Why is uninstall button not available? In other versions uninstall button is available for these add-ons, and like it's pretty much easier to like work with them, I guess. I don't know why it's not available on this version, so let's hope it works. Yes, it's working. So I'll just symmetrize it like in the 3D viewport instead of going to like what you call modifier panel and stuff, quick and fast. I'll go to edit mode and start adding or like marking the seams so that we can UV unwrap it. And so I need to do something for this word, like it's quite off. We'll select all these edges or instead of selecting this one I'll directly select this one, and then I'll select these, and even here I'll select these. I think this will do the job, but I might have to select the inner faces also. So let's first mark these as seams, and let's go to edit mode, sorry, transparent view, and select all these edges by pressing double left mouse button, and the corners as well. Okay, so let's do these two corners also, and right click, mark seam A, U, unwrap by angle. Okay, so actually there are two of them right now, so before unwrapping I'll just symmetrize it again so that symmetry is applied to the other one as well. And you unwrap by angle, or let's do one thing, we'll keep the UVs like overlapping UVs for these two so that we get a larger space for coloring or adding textures to a single sandal maybe, or what, shoe maybe. Like I'll delete this half and then AU unwrap, and let's check our UV, because if I do UVs for both, all the parts are going to be smaller than what they are appearing right now. They'll be half the size, and it's better like, because we are going to add a single texture to both of them, and the texture is going to be like same for both. So why not have overlapping UVs for this particular object? So simply add a symmetry, and we have done UVs for both the shoes as well now. What's next? Should we start working on the teeth? Okay, let's save it first. Let's name it shoes. Okay, done. I thought I got a message, but no. How to start teeth? Let's just add a cube again. Call it teeth. I'll go to edit mode. So we are going to do model them instead of like making the realistic. Sorry, the mic just fell off. 1 second. Yeah. So we are going to like model our teeth instead of like making them realistic, because like it's a cartoon character, and like the there'll be very less amount of time that the mouth would be so much open that teeth would be visible. Only the upper teeth are mostly visible while talking. So even though I'll make the upper and lower both, but still just for explanation. So I'm not going to do a very realistic teeth development. It's like a very basic one that I am using for my another characters as well, and I find it like good enough. So I think I'll show you how I'll do it fast, and it will work definitely. So 3GY, and I'll just rotate it on Y, or sorry, Z. I'll alt X it, symmetrize it quickly. I'll come to top view and rotate it on Z, extrude it again, rotate it on Z, extrude it again to something like this, and alt X symmetrize it quickly on the other side. And now I'll select all of them and push them down, select all of them and scale them down. Try to place it in her mouth maybe, so that I know how much scaling I need to do so that it's completely inside. Okay, so SX. Okay, this is cool. I'll keep the teeth GZ and I'll rotate it in like the side view. I'll keep the teeth in this position and done. So I'll call them lower teeth, lower underscore teeth, and I'll duplicate it, move it on Z axis, come to side view, place it somewhere like here, and move it like a little further, like when we close our teeth, the upper gum or whatever you call is like uh, the when we close our mouth, the upper one is always on the outer side. So I hope you understand why I'm keeping these a little further ahead than these. So I'll select both of them and just place them somewhere here. I can even scale them down on Z maybe a little bit. Yes, I'll select this one, LP selection separated, and call this like upper teeth underscore teeth. Oh, I have put teeth twice, and I'll remove 001. So I'll save it again. I'll come to edit mode. So technically there are like 16 on the upper side and 16 teeth on the lower, because there are 32 of them. So let's see how many faces do we have right now. 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, 1 2 3 4 8 right now. We need to divide, like I'll divide this one 2 times. It will give us 3 over here, 3 over here. These are like I have forgotten names of the teeth. Basically these are like our grinding teeth, which we like mostly use for chewing stuff. Then here are some canines on this side. 3 4 5. Okay, molars basically, if I'm correct. Molars are, it is called molar teeth. I'll have to check Google about these. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Okay, so instead of adding 2, I'll add 1, because I need to have one around here maybe. But before changing anything, I'll first of all go to face select mode and select these two front faces and move them back. Yes, okay. I'll duplicate this face, GZ it a little bit down and extrude it, and I'll press double G, and even here double G, and okay. I'll select both of them, press double G again. I'll select these two, double G again, like moving along the edges basically. I'll select this edge and press double G and bring it, like make it sharper basically, so that it can cut stuff. Something like this. This is way too wide, so I'll select these two edges and move them to some place like this. And then I'll select only this teeth and duplicate it, rotate it on Z, move it back a little. This is like too much of rotation, so less rotated, move it close to the first one, and I'll move it back in. And I'll select that one, rotate it, GY, okay, cool. I'll select this one. Third is like our canine, a very sharp canine teeth. So I'll duplicate it again, move it on X, move it on Y, rotate it on Z, bring it closer to our second teeth, and we'll select these, scale. Okay, so I'll select that edge and that edge. I'll press double G and bring them closer. I'll move them up, and I'll select that face and move. Okay, I'll select both of them and move them up so that they are overlapping our jaw line, or jaw, not jaw, the gums. And I'm going to add like a loop, like two loops. I'll scale them on Z, and I'll select the lower edge and move it in a bit so that it is closer to the teeth. I'll select this loop and move it. Okay, so I'll select these two words and move them back as well. Then these two I might have to do some manual editing. I'll place them back. Okay, so 3 teeth are done. Actually I'll just simply just keep it a bit different from the first one, that's all. I can actually bring it a little down. Yes, and now actually this is the fourth one basically. I'm wrong. I'll just select this one and move it backwards. I guess this much, and rotate it on Z as well. I'll select this one, L, Shift D, X, G, Y, rotate it, and G, X, G, Y, or I can go to top view. It would be way easier there to manipulate things. I'll select that one and move it closer to the fourth teeth. I'll select this one, scale it down a bit, GZ it, even though I need like two loops, and I'll move them down. It's a bit round shaped, somewhat like this. I'm just feeling my teeth, like how my teeth are, and like trying to imagine that and make them over here, that's all. And so can you. I'll go back to edit mode again, push them up like on Z axis, and now I'll just have molar teeth. 4 are done. We need to add 4 more, even though we have a lot of space, so we might like shorten this part a bit once we are done with our teeth. So I can just simply like face select this face, and or this one, this is like more squared shape compared to that one, so we'll duplicate it, move it a bit down, extrude it, and I'll add loops, scale them on X and Y both, and I'll select the entire tooth and scale it down, scale it on Z, scale it up again, and I'll check how it looks. Okay, so it's way too like fat, I guess. We need to make it thin. Okay, we need to bring this down. And I'll go to top view again, duplicate it, scale this one bigger, Shift D again, rotate it to this point and like place it somewhat like this. I'll select that one again and rotate it. The last one, I'll make it a bit bigger. I'll come to side view, place it up. I'll select this one, place it up again. Select all ticks, symmetrize them. So we have all the teeth. We just need to like remove the last faces, or like I'll press double G, yes, okay. I'll turn on merge. This is the merge button, and I'll move it back and leave it over here so that the merges are, it merges the words, and like we have a cleaner geometry now. And I'll move this one to this point, I guess. Okay, so I'll do that in edit mode instead of moving around in object mode. and I'll rotate it a bit as well to something like this. Yes, so we have a gap over here in our front teeth, which is also cool, but we need to like reduce the gap. Maybe that would be better to something like this. Yes, save it. I'll delete this one. I'll go to edit mode, A, Shift D, Z, R, X, Y, 180, R, X to somewhat like this, R, X, and I'll keep the teeth. I might have to like correct the shape of the teeth here, that's all, and we'll be done with the teeth part. And okay, I'll separate it first so that we are able to manipulate things easily, and call it lower. Save it, go to edit mode, we'll select all these 4 and go to this option over here, transform pivot point, and I'll select individual origins, scale them on, first of all scale them on Z, move them down on Z. Yes, scale them on X as well. Bring these closer, and even these. Okay, I can symmetrize that one, no issue, so that it is exactly where the right one is, or the left one, whatever it is. So scale, and place it from the top view. I'll select that one, move it, scale it down, move it down as well. Wait a second, I'll just hide it for a moment. Yes, so we can have a better look at our teeth. I'll select all these 3, move them down, and go to side view, maybe rotate it and place it somewhat like this. Select these 3, move it ahead, place them like this. In transparent view, select these 3 faces, move them down, GZ, rotate, GZ. Yes, so we have our basic teeth setup done. All I need to do is like add 2 colors to, I'll select both of them first, go to edit mode, add new, add a red color maybe, and like by pressing L, I'll select top and bottom gums and assign this, and add a new color which would be white only. So I'll control I it and assign them to like this color and okay. So I need to do uh, first I'll select this one and then this one. I'll press Control and link material, go to edit mode, and I'll assign white color, and we are done. I just auto smooth the tongue and save it, and I'll turn on my main character retopo. Okay, what is this one? Okay, this is like our pants, so leggings basically. I'll name it leggings, and this is plain, so I put the leggings inside the clothes collection and retopo. Okay, this is the character. So our teeth are done, our tongue is done. Now we have to move on to the worst of it, which is hairs. Oh, I don't know why, but I'm feeling so sleepy, even though I've like slept for last 6-7 hours straight, or actually 6.5 maybe, but still I'm sleepy. I'll select the shoe. I'll add that leather material, and I'll duplicate this material so that I can have different like parameters set to the material in shader editor, because if I'll change it here right now, it will affect my belt as well, which I don't want to. I want to keep the texture as is for the, and I'll duplicate it and change the color of to more like this black. Save it, and actually the thing is like I need to find some references to make the hair, so I'll not be working on hairs right now. Maybe after few hours I'll sit again and work on hairs. So let's build maybe earrings for her right now. Okay, add. So I might have to turn on extra mesh objects maybe, and I'll get those in extensions. I might have to download it. Mesh objects extra. Okay, is it available right like in the add-ons? Extra mesh, no. Okay, so I have to install it, and I'll install the curve objects as well, because even those are very useful. No group leader is not. Okay, save, and I'll go to solid viewport, shift A. So we have these now. I'll add a gear maybe. Somewhat like this. I'll change the teeth from, okay, 5 is enough. Radius I'll reduce to somewhat like this. Width also I'll reduce. base also I'll just reduce to somewhat like this. I'll press Ctrl 7 on the numpad to watch it from the bottom, and okay, this is like the inner circle and this is the outer circle. But oh shit, I fell out. Okay, I might have to make it again. I messed it up. This is the only problem working with these. I'll skew them a little. But I wanted to like change the gear, like I wanted to make it closer to that, so somehow it's not working. Okay, so here it is. We can go maximum to 45 only. We can do something like this, which is cool. I might have to decrease the height, maybe height or like width to something like this. Okay, this is cool. I'll just go to edit mode, rotate it on X90. This is nice. And I'll select all these faces. I'll do an inset, extrude them out, scale them, GY. I'll just trim X and delete those faces. I'll select these and move them out more. GG and extrude it on X. Scale. Okay, sorry, not X. GY. Extrude Y. Scale. GY again to make it a bit spherical, and like grid fill, maybe faces, grid fill, and change the direction of the grid fill to something like this, and done. I can select this edge loop, extrude it on Y, scale it, and again I'll use the grid fill. I'll change the direction of the grid fill, maybe to something like this. Cool. I'll reduce like this one as well, the size of that, and save it, and we'll move on to like I'll press Shift A and I'll add a gemstone. I'll add a gem maybe. I'll increase the segments and reduce the crown size. This is fine. Even this is fine. I want to, yes, manipulate this one. So this is okay. This is fine for me. So I'll just go to edit mode, rotate it on X axis 90 degrees, scale it down, move it on Y maybe, and I'll select this one first. Okay, the cursor is already there. I'll go to edit mode or like shift S selection to cursor. Oh no, I might have to move like I'll select this word, shift S cursor to selected, and I'll just move the origin to 3D cursor. Okay, and then select this one. I'll press, I might have to like select some faces over here. I'll go to edit mode. Okay, shift S cursor to selected, go back to my gem and shift S selection to cursor, so it is aligned now. Perfect. So that inner part I'll add some emission to that part, and this would be like the outer gem. uh, it will give like something is glowing inside her gem kind of feel, and this would be the golden part for her earrings. So let's start giving some materials. I'll add some gold kind of material. I'll turn it metallicness on, reduce the roughness to somewhat like this, somewhere like this, and in edit mode, in transparent view, I'll select the faces. Yes, these ones. I'll add a new material, new base color to maybe like this one, like more of magenta and pink. I'll go to emissions. I'll add 3 to emission, add the similar color here and assign it. Come out of edit mode. I'll select this one. I'll add new. Instead of principal BSDF, I'll simply use delete this and add a glass BSDF. I'll add it to the surface. I'll change the color to maybe like a purple maybe, and I'll increase this like to 0.3 maybe. Then I'll increase the thickness as well to like 10 maybe, and let's check what the results are right now, and then we'll think. Okay, so it already looks good, but like that inner one is just too big, I guess. So I'll reduce amount of emission. That would be a better thing to do. And can I scale it? Like, yes, scaling is an option. I'll scale it down. and let's check now. Yes, way better than before. And I might change the color of the outer one. Uh, for this material, I'll add some roughness so that less of the shadows are appearing. So this is the airing that we have created. I'll just join them together, move them up, GX, edit mode. In edit mode, I'll just, okay, select all, scale it, GY, something weird just happened. Okay, so it was happening on individual origins. We'll change that to median point and scale it down again, GY, GZ, side view, rotate it on Z maybe, yes, to align it, GY, GX, RZ, rotate, will come to top view, GZ a little, GX, yes, and I'll just simply press Ctrl A, all transforms and all text to add another one on her right ear as well, and save the file. I have already made like a necklace for the main character which I am going to reuse but with different colors. So I'll just like bring that. I'll show you how to bring things from one Blender file to other. uh, I'll just, first of all, I might have to like open that file. So let's save this one first, and I'll go to like solid viewport so that my GPU isn't like burning unnecessarily. I'll just open my Blender 4.5 because I was working on the first shot in 4.5 and not 5.0, and I don't want to mess up those files with like a higher version because something or other might get lost and it will be troublesome for me to like find those things again. And I'll press open. I might have to find my file basically, I guess. Correct. Okay, yes. So this is the skull pendant. Okay, I'll duplicate. Okay, what's happening? Oh, I was pressing Shift S instead of Shift T, and I'll press M again after. So pendant. Okay, done. I'll close this, save, and come over here and file append. So instead of like importing anything, I'll just click on append, and I'll have to like find that file now. And we'll go to collections, and there is this file pendant that we saved. Okay, so it came along with the entire rig, which I don't want. So I'll have to like delete all this stuff. I'll move this down. I'll scale it down. I'll come to side view and place it somewhere like this, and I'll come to side view again and rotate it. I'll bring this down a little to somewhere here. I might have to work on it, like I'll press L, select these, move it. Okay, something weird is happening. Let me check. Okay, I'll remove the armatures. I'll remove. When I move it, there is no modifier applied to them. Okay, so I'll delete all groups. I guess now it should work. No, it still has some issues. It doesn't even have shape keys. Then why it's not like working correctly? So I might have to work on this one in object mode only. I don't know why it is not working correctly in the edit mode, but I'll keep it somewhere here, and I'll go to like vert selection mode, and like in transparent view I'll select the end vertices. I'll use proportional editing, and I'll select these and move them back so that it appears like the threads are coming from that part basically. And I'll do that same thing for this part, and I'll bring it up from this side, and I'll move them back in. GX these a little, yes, way better. All I want to do now is scale them on X. GY a little, yes, that's it, so that it appears to be like inside uh, the main dress, like it's coming out from somewhere here, right? And let's check what the colors and materials are. This looks kind of perfect, but I'll change the materials definitely to somewhat like her earrings maybe, or I'll change the earring colors maybe, like instead of that I'll change that to somewhat like this. Save it, save it. Saving is really important. Oh, okay. So we are like another 2 to 3 hours away from finishing this one, this character. The hairs are left, so I'll just find out few references first, uh, and not, I'll be like finishing this stream right now. I'll go to Google and find out some references first, and then I'll be working on the hairs in the next live session. It will take me like probably 2 3 hours to come back, or maybe 5 6 hours, I don't know, because if anything comes up in between I might be working on those things, the more important things. This is like my personal project, so that personal project gets less time compared to the market project. So thank you. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, and all that stuff. It will help me a lot. Support करो यार, और क्या बोल सकता हूँ मैं. Thank you. Bye. Take care.